Afternoon and welcome. My name is Court Stein and I am the Wellness Administrator for the Power Up Employee Wellness Program here in Human Resources at the University of Houston. Thank you for joining us this afternoon for our 2021 Out of This World Wellness and Benefits Fair, and for this very special presentation by the UH Staff Council. Before we begin, please know that all participants will be muted for this presentation. Therefore, we ask that you please submit your questions via the Q&A feature located at the top of your screen. At the end of the presentation, our speakers will then answer your questions. We'd also like to inform you that this session is being recorded and remind you that it is a public platform. Therefore, we ask that you please refrain from sharing any information of a private or personal nature in the Q&A chat. Thank you. And now it is my distinct pleasure to turn it over to UH Staff Council President, Shaniqua White.
Hello and welcome to Live with UH Staff Council. My name is Shanika White and I am your UH Staff Council President for the FY21 fiscal year. UH Staff Council stands for you, the University of Houston staff community, through service, training, advocacy, networking, diversity, and sustainability. Staff Council serves as an advisory body to the president of the university and the university administration. Staff Council has served the University of Houston staff community for over 35 years. 44 Staff Council members represent staff in 8 university divisions. We have 7 standing committees and serve on 26 plus university-wide committees. And I say 26 plus because we probably don't even know how the true number of university-wide committees we actually do serve on. UH Staff Council, we meet monthly. Our open General Assembly meetings are held virtually via Microsoft Teams every first Thursday of the month from 1 to 3 p.m. Some of our special guests include, but are not limited to, the Human Resources Department, which they are graceful enough to have us here today, our A&F Parking and Transportation Department, the UH Police Department, the Women and Gender Resource Center, and the Diversity Center for Diversity and Inclusion. Staff Council works closely with various groups on campus to offer staff-geared programs and opportunities for all staff. With our meetings now being virtually, we saw a 70% increase in staff participation. Staff Council fosters staff leadership development with 7 officer positions, 14 committee co-chairs, and 8 ad hoc committee co-chairs. Staff Council leadership is system-wide. We have 4 UH Staff Council representatives in the University Staff Executive Council, also known as USEC, which includes staff representatives from U of H, UH Downtown, UH Clear Lake, and UH Victoria. Thank you all. I will now pass the presentation over to the UH Staff Council President-elect, Denisha Allen.
Thanks, Shanika. Hello, everyone. I am providing a brief overview of Staff Council initiatives. Staff Council offers UH staff members various scholarships, professional development programs, and leadership development opportunities. Staff Council programs provide a sense of unity, pride, and achievement that empower the University of Houston's community in its journey to the next milestone of excellence together. 10 scholarships were awarded for the 2020-2021 academic year. This year's scholarship recipients will be announced in August. The Staff Council Rebecca Schwartz Professional Development Reimbursement is available to University of Houston full-time staff members interested in attending seminars, workshops, training sessions, continuing education courses, and professional organization memberships that are related to their jobs. The University of Houston Staff Council has established a reimbursement program for its staff members as part of the ongoing effort to promote staff education and self-development. Funds for the Staff Council Rebecca Schwartz Professional Development Reimbursement are raised through contributions to the Staff Council Rebecca Schwartz Professional Development Reimbursement Fund. One reimbursement will be awarded per month to an eligible full-time staff of the University of Houston. The maximum reimbursement per workshop or seminar is limited to $100. Please visit the Staff Council website, uh.edu/sc, for additional information on staff resources across campus. Cougar Kudos is a staff council program that allows staff to recognize other staff members for exceptional service to the University of Houston. You can nominate a fellow staff member each month by using the form that is found on our website. Winners will be awarded a certificate and listed on the Staff Council website. Next up, we have Seth Evans, co-chair of Staff Affairs.
Thank you, Denisha. And once again, my name is Seth Evans, and I serve as your FY21 Staff Affairs co-chair. Through Staff Council, we show staff appreciation and support through a variety of different programs. And this year with COVID, we were able to provide 1,000 face coverings for the UH frontline staff who had been working on campus during the COVID-19 pandemic. And we want to thank those individuals that worked during the time to keep our campus safe and make sure that we were ready to come back. Staff Council also recognized for support of the Staff Council during the 2020 Friends of Staff Council group. We were able to donate up to 38 cases of bottled water to the UH Emergency Operations Center during Winter Storm Uri. We also created a staff emergency resource crowdsourcing Microsoft Teams page that helped to provide staff with real-time updates and access to resources here in the Houston area as well as the surrounding. Through partnerships and collaborations across campus, Staff Council was able to partner with UH College of Medicine, and we brought forth the COVID-19 State of the UH Community Health Forum. We were able to provide myths and facts that concern the COVID-19. And we thank our partnership with UH College of Medicine. Throughout the year, we also host staff-centered programs, and these are anywhere from the UH Homecoming Spirit Bell to Conversations with Staff, the annual Spring Egg Hunt, Staff Focus featuring President Couture, and the annual Take Your Child to Work Day. At this time, I would like to hand it over to my colleague, Giovanni Rosselli, and he will be talking about workplace conversations.
Thank you very much, Seth, and good afternoon, everyone. As Seth mentioned, my name is Giovanni Rosselli, and I've worked at UH for the better part of 8 years. It's been a pleasure to serve on Staff Council, most recently as the co-chair of the Membership and Elections Committee. UH Staff Council strives to be supportive of our staff, our students, and the greater community surrounding the university. In that spirit, we wanted to share with you some recent initiatives as well as annual events that you can look forward to starting as early as this fall. We all know that 2020 was a tough year, both with the pandemic as well as with societal events. To that end, and in the spirit of encouraging conversation amongst staff, Staff Council's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, also known as the DEI Committee, launched the Staff Council Workplace Conversation Series last fall. The mission of the DEI Committee is to recommend and promote diverse, equitable, and inclusive initiatives in alignment with the university's values to enrich the university's culture and enhance the staff experience. And we believe that fostering these types of conversations in the workplace through this series perfectly aligns with that mission. To date, the committee has hosted 3 successful events in the series with robust staff attendance. Of course, the events have had to be virtual to date. For example, over 150 people participated in the Diversity 101 Exploring Your Own Cultural Identity virtual event on October 27th of last year. Over 140 staff tuned into a special workplace conversation event titled Celebrating Black History Month, Diverse Perspectives, and that was in February of this year. And finally, over 180 staff from various institutions participated in the Arab Americans and the struggles against racism in the U.S. conversation, and that was in late April of this year. Another priority for Staff Council is to support student success through initiatives such as Cougar First Impressions, commonly referred to as CFI. We love our acronyms at the university, as well as our Staff Council food drive. Since 1998, CFI has become an annual Welcome to UH experience and is held the first 2 days of each fall semester in order to fulfill our mission of providing new and returning students with resources and quality customer service. Fall 2020's CFI theme was called Connecting Cougs, and the event was reformatted to be 100% virtual. CFI also launched a new website during this time, connecting students to resources available on campus. We also did this for UH Sugar Land and UH Acadie. Over 250 students received assistance from CFI volunteers through Microsoft Teams live breakout rooms. This coming fall, 2021's theme is going to be called Back Like We Never Left, Resilient. Our plan is to hold a virtual and in-person event as we participate in a safe and gradual return to campus. CFI will take place from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Monday, August 23rd and Tuesday, August 24th. If you're interested in volunteering, please reach out to Paul Scott and Ashley Brown from Staff Council. Additionally, the Staff Council food drive, benefiting UH students through the on-campus food pantry, dubbed the Cougar Cupboard, collected 75 pounds of food and monetary donations. You can look for more information on the food drive as we get closer to that annual event. And lastly, Staff Council is determined to provide avenues for UH staff to positively impact the surrounding community. Through our annual sock and blanket drive, we collected 60 large bags and boxes containing items benefiting the Star of Hope mission. Additionally, over 60 staff participated in Staff Council's Thanksgiving Meal Initiative for senior citizens in partnership with the Houston Texans YMCA. And lastly, Staff Council's Adopting Families Initiative, a partnership with the UH Third Ward Initiative, benefited 3 families in December of last year. Overall, we hope that you can see our dedication to staff, students, and our neighboring community through the efforts highlighted in these slides. And of course, we encourage all staff to participate in these initiatives, and don't hesitate to ask any questions about how you can get involved. And now I'd like to pass the baton over to my colleague, Whitney Johnson, to touch on our academic year highlights. Whitney?
Good afternoon, everyone. As Gio mentioned, my name is Whitney Johnson, and I serve as one of the Staff Affairs co-chairs here on the UH Staff Council. I'm excited to go through some of our 2020-2021 highlights that we've had over the past year. Some of them we have mentioned before, so they'll sound a little familiar to you. The first highlight I'd like to show is our Why I Vote campaign. This initiative was done during the 2020 election season, where we encouraged our fellow Cougs to get out there and vote. We provided information in regard to early voting locations as well as election day poll locations. We also supported the Catherine G. McGovern College of the Arts Pick a Date, Take a Buddy campaign. And then we shared through our social media and our website videos of our staff, faculty, and students sharing the hashtag Why I Vote campaign videos. The next highlight is our UH Homecoming Spirit Bell competition. This is an annual event that is done during the week of homecoming. This year's winner was the University Library's Office in the Academic Affairs Division. We also, as Gio mentioned earlier, had the workplace conversations throughout that were initiated during the fall of 2020 and throughout the spring semester. The first one was the Exploring Your Own Cultural Identity that was led by our very own director of our Center for Diversity and Inclusion, Varcelis Cummings. It was a rich conversation that provided a lot of knowledge for our UH staff community. Each fall semester, we host the Conversations with Staff event. This is, again, an annual event that we host. Each Conversations with Staff event theme is held, each theme is encouraged by the staff and kind of what's going on. So for the last fall 2020, given the state of COVID and working from home and working virtually, we held the Virtual Etiquette 101 featuring Natalie Weekly, who is an image and brand consultant with Signature Style. And it was just an opportunity for our staff to learn a little bit more about working in that online environment and really elevating your online presence. We also hosted had this sock and blanket drive, and that benefited the Star of Hope I know Gio mentioned some of the information from that, but it's a great thing that we do each year with the Staff Council. And then during the month of February, one of the other workplace conversations we had was the Diverse Perspective panel discussion, where we had very prestigious and notable members of the Houston community come out and provide just such great insight and lead such a great and rich discussion. And that was actually moderated by Dr. Elwyn Lee, who is our VP for Neighborhood and Strategic Initiatives here at the University of Houston. We then had our food drive that benefited our UH Cougar Cupboard, in which we collected over 75 pounds of food. Food scarcity is actually something that's pretty prevalent among college students and even UH college students, so it was a great way for us to give back to our students. And then each year we have our annual spring egg hunt, but this past year, due to COVID, we had a spring egg drive in which we filled over 300 goodie bags and had a little drive-by for UH for the Houston community to come by and pick up those nice goodie bags. And we even had Mr. and Mrs. Bunny out there helping out as well. And then the last workplace conversations event we had was the Arab Americans and the struggle against racism in the United States, and that was held in April, which again provided such great education and rich discussion for our UH staff community. And the last highlight for our year was our staff focus event. This event is again an annual event that's done in the spring of every semester, where we feature our UH president, Dr. Renu Couture. This year's event theme was Rising Together, obviously coming out of a year of COVID and just the resiliency that the UH staff community has had. We thought it was important to really focus on us being in this together and then, of course, moving forward and rising together. And those are the highlights for this past 2020-2021 year. I'm going to now pass it over to Scott Mason.
Thanks a lot, Whitney. I'm Scott Mason, co-chair for the Membership and Elections Committee. All right, so how do you get involved in Staff Council? The first thing would be to attend a general meeting. We have meetings typically the first Thursday of each month in the afternoon. After that, join a Staff Council committee. You don't have to actually be on Staff Council to join some of our committees, so check that out and see what may interest you. Third one would be volunteer. We have various events throughout the whole year that have been talked about throughout our presentation. That you can definitely participate and volunteer in throughout the entire year there. And then the last one, run for Staff Council and represent your division. And that will be what I'll talk about next year. All right, so right now, the Staff Council elections are ongoing. They started on June 16th and they continue through July 7th, 5 p.m. This is all done remotely through Access UH, so just log in like you would typically through Access UH. There will be a election icon there. If you don't see it originally, hit the refresh button, it should appear. As long as you're a benefits eligible staff member, 50% full-time equivalent or greater, you can vote through Access UH. You may write in one candidate for your division if it has an open position and one at-large candidate. And back to Shaniqua.
I would like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to hear our presentation today on who the UH Staff Council is and what we do. As we all transition back to campus, please remember that you are not alone. And if you have any concerns, please email us at staffcouncil@uh.edu. To learn more about what Staff Council does for staff in the UH community and how you can get involved, please be sure to visit us at www.uh.edu/sc. Also, please follow us on social media at UH Staff Council on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Staff Council stands for you. Thank you.